The Game of Thrones spin-off show is moving along, but without our favorite showrunners. What will it be about and who's gonna steer the ship? Let's speculate on Nerdist News. Hot on the tail of last night's record-breaking Emmy sweep, it's hard to believe that HBO's Golden Dragon egg Game of Thrones has a mere 13 episodes remaining. Fans are already dying to prolong their time in Westeros, but just last night, showrunners David Benioff and D.B. Weiss confirmed they're out of the game for good, even when HBO finally gets around to confirming that spin-off series we keep hearing about. I mean, come on, you guys. Joni loves Chachi so much, they got a spin-off. Obviously, we're gonna get one for HBO's biggest moneymaker. So when we do get our spin-off, what's it gonna be? And who's gonna be showrunning? Well, when HBO purchased the show, they acquired the film and television rights to the whole world of Westeros. And a few months back, George R.R. Martin told Entertainment Weekly that there is certainly no lack of material with 8 million stories in Westeros and even more in Essos and the lands beyond. Plus, last night he mentioned he's already got thousands of pages of fake history, everything that led up to Game of Thrones, and he's still writing more. So we have to wonder, is Big Papa George gonna swoop in and steer this ship himself once Weiss and Benioff's watch has ended? Maybe, maybe not. He's still got the book series to finish, but put away your wildfire because it sounds like George has no intention of becoming any less involved. So what will the spin-off be about? Here are some options. The easiest and, according to Martin, most natural spin-off would be the Tales of Dunk and Egg. The trio of beloved novellas, with another half dozen or so planned, are lighthearted action-adventure stories set nearly a century before the events of Game of Thrones. They center on Sir Duncan the Tall, an ancestor of Brienne of Tarth, who roams the lands of Westeros as a hedge knight, a sort of Ronin-esque samurai with no master, alongside Aegon Egg Targaryen, his squire, and the eventual King Aegon the Unlikely. And hey, we've actually already met Egg's brother on the show, Sam's buddy, Maester Aemon, so there's something to tie us back to the Prime series already. The only hang-up is that Martin said he'd prefer to see the books adapted as a series of 2-hour-long movies. That said, would anyone really have a problem with an annual Game of Thrones prequel movie? Give each one a season-sized budget and HBO could have another game-changing hit on its hands. But what if Martin wants to reach even further back into Westeros' history to give us a series without a finite ending? There are a number of historical eras we'd love to see in series form, all of which would make for great and, best of all, very different shows. We've got the Dance of Dragons, the Targaryen Civil War that led to immense destruction in King's Landing and the deaths of most of the world's winged beasts. There's the First War, which we saw a brief glimpse of in Bran's visions last season that show us how the Children of the Forest and the First Men came to blows, leading to the creation of the White Walkers and the devastating fallout that swept the realm. There's the Long Night, which followed too, the generation-long winter in which men and the Children of the Forest had to team up to fight the White Walkers back, eventually leading to Bran the Builder Stark guiding the construction of the Wall. All of these would make for epic shows that could easily stretch to multiple seasons and would not only fill in the massive lore of Game of Thrones, but could even give us a chance to meet characters we've only heard about, ancestors of our favorite characters, and in some cases even younger versions of the realm's oldest badasses. I'm looking at you, old man! And while there's a strong argument for reusing the same sets and locations the production team has been working with these past few years, what if George R.R. Martin was trying to tell us something when he said there were stories in Essos and lands beyond too? Moving the action away from Westeros would definitely let the spin-off show take on its own personality. Maybe we'll get a series that runs parallel to the events of Game of Thrones, but from an Eastern perspective. Or, better yet, maybe we'll get a series set within one of the GOT's most intriguing mysteries, the fall of Valyria. Valyria is basically Game of Thrones' take on Rome, or even Atlantis. All anyone really knows about the city is that it held the most technologically advanced civilization known to the realm and fell some 5,000 years before the events of the show, thanks to a vague event known only as the Doom. The Targaryen line was present there, and thanks to a vision by one of their own, they escaped before the earthquakes, storms, and fires that felled the city in a single night and apparently turned its survivors into grayscale zombies. A show set in Valyria could twist so much of what we know about the world of Game of Thrones, like how did the Targaryens rise to power? How advanced was the civilization? What caused them to fall? And how might it tie into the events that plagued the Starks, Targaryens, and Lannisters thousands of years later? There'd be a lot to dig into, and it would bring a whole new realm of mystery without having to continue past whatever perfect ending Season 8 of Game of Thrones will give us, and without us knowing where the story is headed. It'd be perfect. HBO, give us Valyria, the show. Please. But if not, we would take Lyanna Mormont, Rise of the Empress as well. Your call! you guys think? I want Valyria. What do you guys think? What do you want the Game of Thrones spin-off to be about? Do you think a prequel is a better choice than a sequel? Who do you think should run the show? Let's discuss. I definitely say prequel. And thanks Omen by HP for sponsoring today's show. The Omen desktop is the ultimate gaming PC. It's got the latest hardware, an insane graphics card, and it looks damn good too. Thanks to its brushed metal finish and customizable lights, Omen performs so well, it's basically rage quit proof, letting you forget about specs and focus on your game. So yeah, you're gonna want to pick one up if you're looking to dominate fools in your next Heroes of the Storm match. Thanks, Omen. Also, guys, there's an all-new slow-mo Destructo. Watch as Dan Casey confuses the heck out of Zach Rogue in the best way possible. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to keep getting all your Nerdist news.